Okay guys, let's talk about the backswing and golf in general. In a few minutes we will get into the channel lock backswing and the fundamentals of that. But I just want to get this out there in the open. I know a lot of other instructors feel this way. There are a lot of different ways to make a backswing. You know, we have plenty of proof that you can play good golf with a loop in your swing. You know, Jim Furyk, Lee Trevino is probably top 3 ball striker of all time. Matthew Wolff, powerful golf swing, he does that. You have Nancy Lopez, that she would take the club to the inside really quick, which was kind of unique, and she dominated women's golf. So there's always different ways of swinging a golf club. And if you're somebody that came to me for a channel lock golf lesson and you had one of these unique things about your swing, I wouldn't necessarily change that. If it's something you can repeat over and over and you can get in the proper impact position and it's not detrimental to your golf swing, I'd probably leave you alone and let you develop your swing that way. So I'm not narrow-minded when it comes to golf swings. I believe there's many different ways of doing it. I'm just a little bit biased towards channel lock because I think it eliminates a lot of those issues that people have. And I think it's one of the best ways for amateurs to learn golf. It just eliminates so many of the issues that plague the golf swing. So I am biased towards channel lock. As far as teaching for the masses on video, I can't go in there and teach you how to swing a golf club looping it to the outside or pulling it directly inside. That wouldn't be fair to everybody trying to learn, because if I try to teach you that, the majority of the people that try that will struggle and they're going to have problems. So as far as my lessons on video, it's going to be designed towards the majority of the people. If you're somebody that has something unique in your swing, I can teach you channel lock, but it has to be on a one-on-one type situation. And so, like I said, I'm not narrow-minded about the golf swing. So that being said, let's get into some of the channel lock fundamentals on the backswing. All right, guys, we're talking about the channel lock takeaway. All right, I'm going to show you some things that will get you in trouble with the channel lock takeaway. And I think these things are relevant to traditional golf also. And a lot of people that come from that background, just like I did, had some of these issues. And it takes a little time to overcome those issues, because they're so ingrained in your psyche and you've been doing it for so long, and they're really detrimental to a channel lock backswing and getting the club in a really good position to hit the ball. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is I'm not a fan of any type of takeaway that manipulates this handle right off the get-go. Okay, I've seen this with so many different golf swings. It happens all the time. You see people right off the bat, they do this. Okay, they do that. Now let me show you what it does to this arm. Okay, they do this. Can you see it? Look how my arm popped out. See how my hand's popping out? What they're trying to do is get the toe up, which so many people have been taught to do that in golf. Look what it does. All right, now look at it from this standpoint. I'm wider from my left elbow to my right elbow. Okay? It gets wider. And you don't want that in your golf swing. That's a compensation you're going to have to overcome. Not to mention the club face will open up and you're going to have to do something to square that club face back up. And when people start trying to square a club face, what do? They automatically take their right hand and they start coming over the top. That shoulder comes over, their body will get out in front of the ball. And with channel lock, that is a death move. If you get out in front of the ball with your upper torso and everything, you get in front of it, you're not going to hit the ball good. It wrecks so many golf swings. Even in traditional golf, it causes problems. So I'm not a fan of like fanning the club open right off the bat, because it throws that elbow out. People that lift the club right off the bat, okay, they lift it right off the bat, look what happens. Look at the separation in this arm and this elbow. You have separation. Now there's some people can do it and they don't do that. But I just do not like lifting the club right off the bat. It's going to make your channel lock more difficult, okay? And it's going to be hard to get the club on the proper plane that it needs to be on. We don't want to see lifted. So what I try to do in my channel lock golf swing is keep the club face always low to the ground, looking at the ball, coming back in the channel. I don't fan it open like that. I keep it looking at the ball and low. Now to somebody that's always fanned the club open, that is going to look like a extremely shut club face. Now, a strong club face like that, you're going to de-loft it a little bit, and that's what all professionals do. They de-loft their club quite a bit. And that's why they get such great compression on the golf ball. This is one of the advantages of channel lock. Okay, the club is de-lofted coming into impact, and that's why you get such great compression on the golf ball if you do it correctly. So I keep my club face looking at the ball the entire time. How do I do that? Well, I have to have ulnar deviation in my golf swing. Okay, I don't set up with this angle right here. Okay, this angle right here promotes you lifting the club. Okay, you're going to have to make a compensation. You're not like this at impact with this angle like this. Nobody's in that. When they hit the ball, good players, they're like that. They've extended that arm. They're like this. So that's the way I'm setting up with my golf swing. So what do? I put my elbows in closer. I maintain that relationship with them. And I just, right there, I just set the club down on the ground and I have my ulnar deviation. I take the club back in the channel, nice and low. When I'm taking it back, this club face never beats my hands this way. Okay, if I do that, I'm not having to roll the face open, okay? Or I'm having to do some kind of funny compensation, which is going to make this elbow do this. And then you have the width there. So you don't want that in your takeaway, all right? So what can you do? Keep it low, keep the club face this side of your hands. Club face always on the outside of your hands. Now, you don't want to take it straight down the line, okay? That's not channel lock. That's traditional golf. You don't take it straight down the line. You set up to the ball, you have your pre-turn. That's why I'm a fan of pre-turn. Hips, chest, head, and I take that club back in the channel, okay? Take it back in a straight line, low. Club face is looking at the ball. You get right here, you've ran out of space. So what happens then? Club flips up. There's a wall right there that you can't go any further but up. When you hit that wall and it flips up, you're in a perfect position to hit the golf ball. Okay? You've got closed shoulders, you got the club loaded, and you're ready to fire into that ball. And you don't even have to think about putting the club on plane. If you do it, swing along your shoulder line, keep it low, let the club flip up there. When you hit the wall, you're going to be in a good position. Now, if your elbows separate, you're not going to be in a great position. So that's just some of the things I like to do on my takeaway. Now, here's one more thing. When you load the club, I like to load it meaning I'll take the handle, pull the handle first, and I'll throw the club up there, and I have a paintbrush motion like this. That's what I have in my golf swing, okay? Right there, paintbrush motion. All right, if you do this paintbrush motion, and I've seen this, if you do the paintbrush motion, you don't have any shoulder turn or pre-turn when you do it, look what happens with my right elbow. See that? Now look at it. Elbow, elbow here. I'm not maintaining that relationship between my elbows. And I've seen this firsthand. I've seen people quit channel lock because of that very reason. And they couldn't figure out that that elbow like that was causing them problems. So how do you fix that? You have to have a little bit of pre-turn. Okay, I'm gonna show you from this. Pre-turn everything. And when you take it back in the channel and you flip the club up, your shoulder turns. Let me show you right here. Your shoulder will turn. You'll get your back to the target. Okay? You don't have to make a huge turn. I know people are not as flexible as they need to be. I'm not as flexible as I need to be, even though I'm doing a lot of things to improve that. With a channel lock golf swing, it's a short, compact golf swing that you don't have to have a ton of shoulder turn, and you can really hit the ball solid. That's why I like it for seniors. And so I'm gonna show you what this looks like when I load the club with a paintbrush. If you do it with a turn, it looks like a one-piece takeaway. But guess what? I'm doing that in my swing. By me turning that shoulder along with it, it turns into a one-piece takeaway. It's a fluid motion. You're going to have more pop on the ball, and your swing can sequence up a lot better, and it's just a great way of doing it. Now, if you make that move and you don't make a little bit of a shoulder turn when you do it, good luck. You're going to struggle. So that's just some of my ideas on the backswing, and I hope that helps some of you guys, and y'all have a great day.